philosophy bag on them. They're not telling you the side effects. They're not letting you see the shameful that goes on when you're on the kit. And should be. There's thousands of young lads wearing colostomy bags now who are ashamed as because they've got it, and they're not telling no one they've got it. How'd you get that? I was a kethead. Don't think for 1 minute, if you're a kethead, that if you continue to swallow that, you're not going to be in a nappy when you're 40. Because you're fat. Trust me, it ruins your bowels, it ruins your bladder and your kidneys. If it starts ruining your bowels, you can't even hold your shit in no more. Trust me, mate. You're farting and then getting the runs. You need to stop doing what they're doing to yourselves, you ketheads. Honest to God, mate. So avoid the cat. Yes, Stacey mates. Avoid the cat at all costs, mate. Use young girls. Swear it. Your fella, your boyfriend trying to encourage you to get off your face on drugs. Your fella off. He's trying to ruin you for the rest of your life. You're 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 year old girl or lad, and you've got one of your mates that's on drugs and he's encouraging you to get on drugs with him off now. Because he'll work on you until he convinces you to have a line of coke. He'll work on you till he convinces you to have that bomber kit. Do you understand what I'm saying? And once he's got you, he's got a drug buddy. So when he's going to spend that £100 on his drugs, he doesn't have to no more. Why? Because you're throwing 50. He's in his addiction. He doesn't give two shits about your welfare. He just wants to make sure he's got his money for his drugs. Yes, Shelley. If you've got a boyfriend and you're drug free and this boyfriend's a pothead and he's trying to get you to start smoking pot, him off. I'm telling you, girl, jog the gun. He's going to destroy you. If you're a hard-working young girl, got yourself a nice job, boss, little family, mum, dad and whatever, work, all this, and you're with that dickhead that's smoking weed, come off. Come off. He's going to ruin your life. Honest. He's going to get paranoid. He's not going to trust you. He's going to get angry when he hasn't got a spliff. He won't be able to get a job himself because he's off the pot. You'll be supporting that scumbag for the rest of your life. Even when he goes to jail, you'll be visiting off early. Don't get involved in it. Trust me. A lot of young girls haven't got the dads in around them to be giving them that sort of education. That fatherly knowledge. A lot of young girls haven't got it. For whatever reason. A lot of young girls that are raised by single mothers crave the presence of the dad. And if they don't get that fatherly figure in their life when they're young, when they reach teenage years, they're looking for a replica of daddy. And trust me, you don't want your daughter looking for daddy. Trust me on that, mate. All what you say, I tell my children. Nice one, Leah. Most of it now is full of chemicals, say Scouse. The green is addictive and nobody can tell me it's not. You're right, Tracy. Been screaming at it for years. Years and years ago. So, years ago, heroin would fuck your body and crack would fuck your mind. Okay? So if you were a heroin addict and you wanted to come off the drugs, you would go through a physical withdrawal and it would ruin you. If you were a crack addict and you went through the withdrawal, it'll be a psychological withdrawal, not a physical. Today's cannabis, what your kids are smoking, that's a physical and a psychological problem at one. It's not like the smackhead who's got the physical problems, and it's not like the crackhead who's got the psychological problems. The pothead has got both. Fact. High-grade skunk weed is highly addictive and they cannot deny it. If your kid starts smoking weed at the age of 15 one day, by the age of 15, 50 days, he's fucked. 49 days later, totaled. Literally totaled. Head gone. Fact, mate. The 13, smoking Stardog. Not good. Honest, not good at all, mate. So if you get a 13, 14-year-old kid smoking high-grade cannabis, by the time he's 16, he has been diagnosed with schizophrenia. If he hasn't been diagnosed, it's because he hasn't been to the doctors to deal with it. You see it as a woman, don't you? You see it as a mother, don't you? Like you, mum. Your kid, before he started smoking weed, boss. Room tidy. Eating his dinners when they're made for him. In at the right time of the night. Not with crew. Not mixing with the wrong crowd. Drug-free. Buzzing. 14, 15. He puts a joint in him. It's not the first and it's not the last. I mean, it was the first, but it's not the last. That kid that was dressing correct, that was talking to his mother with respect, that was following his dad's footpath into employment, that was looking after his younger sister with respect and love and care and kindness. You put that lovely 15-year-old lad on cannabis for 6 months, now you've got a monster every single morning. Mums know. When your new pothead, your son, that you're letting smoke weed because you think it's okay because everyone's smoking it, it's not okay. You're supporting your kid's addiction from the get-go. You're encouraging it. When you're saying, when your kid has got weed, he's the best kid in the world. When he's run out of weed and he wakes up the next morning and he hasn't got a joint to put in his system to relax his anxieties and his mental health problems that he's established off the cannabis, your house is getting smashed up. He's screaming at you, calling you all the names under the sun. He's breaking things in his room. He's putting his fist through his door. He's screaming at his bed. This is an addiction. Early stages. It needs to be challenged then. Not given weed to calm him down. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's happening in thousands of households now in the city of Liverpool. single mums, dad's not in the picture, son's ended up on the pot, dropped out of school, started making crime, started disrespecting the mother like there's no tomorrow, stopped coming home at certain times. It's all kicked in because of the weed. And the negatives that come alongside it. As I say, the only place you can get weed is from a criminal. So your young boy has not been near a criminal group all since he's been born. Now he's a pothead. He's got to go to these groups to get his weed. So now your son, for weed, is mixing with an organised crime group who all smoke weed. Where's your son going to be more comfortable? Down there with them who don't smoke weed, or at the top of the street with them that do smoke weed? If he's going to his weed dealer and he's £10 short, but he wants a 3.5, can he owe you a tenner? Of course you can, kid. Give me it next time. He's just about scraped enough dough together for next time to get a weed. So he's gone with the scraped enough dough for weed, but he's getting cased for the tenner that he owes. Don't worry, lad, we'll give it next time, but I'm doubling, bubbling you. So 120 quid next time. Make sure you pay it though. So now your kid fucked. You're not giving him dough. Once your kid is on weed, he's now dependent on your local dealer. Depending on what the character of your child is, depends on what happens to him. If he's strong character, he won't let himself be used and abused. If he's not, he's getting used and abused for the rest of his life. See, what you'll have in these drug dealing circles is you'll have the people that don't do for, and then you'll have the lads that get told to do everything. And that's what your son will become. One of them kids that getting told to do everything. So keep your kids away from the weed if you can. It's vitally important that your 14, 15, 16-year-old girls and boys do not go near cannabis. Don't go near it. I know it's hard. I know it's very, very difficult because everyone's blazing it. It's what the government want your kids. They want all your kids so there's no challenge of them in the future. It's like us. They us with drinking drugs and they're not getting no challenges now, are they? They're doing exactly the same to the kids underneath us, fucking them all on drinking drugs. So when they wake up as adults and realise what's been going on, they can't challenge it. Too far gone. Do you say I smoke? And 100% agree. Scouse Willow, and it's hard to watch. Every word you say, spot on. I don't want to lose this profile, people, so I'm going to go. I'm going to try and get a few hours kit. I quit 6 years ago, best thing you ever done. Good on you, lads. But you're damaged off it, aren't you? You know, you can sit there like you're not, but you are, mate. You're tapped up here off it, aren't you? In your own little mad tapped way. Hundreds of people ordered to evacuate flats and make a homeless application. Again, people getting contracts to build these apartments for students and all that all over the city. They haven't got they're getting in the worst people. The backhand and the safety checks. So you know when you get a health and fire safety officer coming to the site in Liverpool, there's loads of backhanders, you know, to get the certificate to say it's passed. And what you're seeing now right through the city of Liverpool on all these brand new apartment blocks that have been built in the last, let's say, under Joe Anderson's tenure. Yeah? So when Joe Anderson was in power, you had all these mad people who was starting to buy plots of land with planning permission so they could build student apartments and stuff like that on it. and it was organised crime groups that got the land and built these apartment blocks. And like every organised crime group, money, they're cutting corners all over the gaff. So they're getting anyone in to build it and get it done as fast as possible. And through that, the backhanding council officials and fire safety but getting certificates because they've thrown him a little 10 grand to pass this apartment block, when in reality it shouldn't have been passed. Now here you are 10 years later, after all the shit's hit the fan, people are getting arrested, properties are transferring into other people's hands without anyone knowing, behind the scenes. Every time that happens, they've got to get a new fire safety check done, or every 10 years or 20 years it needs to be done. And as they're doing these now, they're coming across pure apartment blocks all over Liverpool and saying that's unsafe, you need to be out in 3 days. And it's not just one block, I'm talking multiple blocks. And that's all down to Liverpool Council, Joe Anderson, giving contracts and access to the sites to organised crime groups. Majority of them are sat in jail. Because you've got apartment blocks in the city centre of Liverpool, and hotels and gyms and restaurants and all that sort of stuff, where you'll have 4 different people from 4 different organised crime groups throwing £1 million each in. Do you understand what I mean? So you'll have him throwing $1 million in. And there's loads of ventures in the city like that where you've got different crime families mixed up in businesses worth millions.
Today, more than 1,000 children will die from poor sanitation.
But you can't take them out the picture. Do you understand what I'm saying? The feds can't take them who are up there. Who the feds know have been in it for years. They don't get their hands dirty, they've made millions off it, and they've just generated millions upon millions on the back of it all. The feds know who they are, and they've probably got the option to go in and take them out. But because these people have got thousands of properties, businesses, with thousands of people working for them, paying the mortgages off it, paying council tax through the wages and all this shit, you don't understand. If you take them out, there's like a big gap in the economy. It ruins the economy. So they've just got to leave them in and try and get them on like a tax evasion shit years later or something. Anyway, just a little bit of knowledge of Liverpool City and every other city. It's not just Liverpool. I'm just speaking about Liverpool City. You're up on top saying clear them out. You can you, mate? Like I just said. Ignore the trolls. School time, innit? Got all the little vultures. Sefton Park residents slam absolute nightmare big weekend works. So what they do to Liverpool? Batter it with shit festivals, get all the kids on drugs. You know, your Mars used to travel out to a festival, now they brought it to your doorstep, mate. Yes, Millie, Tyler. Carolina Cav, nice one that. Talks underway over future of £2 bus fare cap on Merseyside.
The French actor Gérard Depardieu has been found guilty of 2 counts of sexual assault and given an 18-month suspended prison sentence. The 76-year-old actor was accused of groping a 54-year-old set dresser and a 34-year-old assistant during filming in 2021.
Dirty old man, mate.
Depardieu's lawyer has said the actor will appeal the verdict. Awarding this piece from our Europe correspondent Anna Parsons does.
Imagine what that like, what his life's going to be like now. This Peter Sullivan. Imagine. Look, It could just be a legal thing. You'll have to know what the police say about the Let's see if we can find out what the police say. If the police say the investigation's not going no further, but they're open to ideas, then it's a technicality why the why the conviction's quashed. It's not because of fresh evidence or not. Let's just see. Anyway, he's being found not guilty, and that's the end of it.
We've been saying for years that we were waiting for justice.
Isn't it?
Justice has done its work.
It's the way it's always been, innit? If you're found guilty, you're fucked. If you're found not guilty, you're not. If you're found not guilty, people suspect you're a wrong'un. Yes, Skyper? And hell, you're coming in. How many accounts have you got? Is that you, the stalker? No, it's not that. I'm not even asked who it is. You know, I'm taking up all your effort. You're setting up new email accounts. You're setting up new profiles just to come in, say a word, get blocked. Then you're doing it again. That's me. Just drawing the energy areas, mate. Taking it off you, sucking it in, recycling it, and passing it back out again. Not you, Skyper. Some little helmet. They're funny, aren't they, mate? We're all funny in our own little way. Next, cool and comfortable. 28 dress shop is where all holidays. Told you there, them Ukrainians talking about money.
It's not just an actor, but a cultural icon. The president described him as the pride of France and accused the media of conducting a witch hunt. His lawyer claimed the system was...
Everton released collector's item ahead of final Goodison Park match. Wonder what that is. Scam warning issued to all drivers in one part of Merseyside. Call police if you see this wanted woman. No. And run for your life if you see that, mate. How are you, Scouse? Oh, okay, I enjoy your live. Only found you today. I was right, Skyper. You come across me. You come across me today. Just cut the back garden, lad. It's right, Scouse tick. But did you do it properly, mate? Or did you just cut it in and leave, or did you rake it?
Now let's get a look at the weather.
Did you rake it, lad?
Wherever the destination. The weather sponsored by Catherine Airways.
The risk of heavy showers will ease throughout the rest of the week as the dry, warm and sunny conditions dominate. But a cool breeze is going to affect...
Barry's boxing's in. How are you, mate?
Any thundery downfalls across the southern counties of England, Wales and Ireland, along with any showers.